please hit that subscribe button if you've been enjoying these videos and you've liked the content recently. I have a few more reviews coming up in the next few weeks from Alamo Cycleplex, and I would love it for all of you to see them. Smash that like button and share the love with all of your riding buddies. I don't care if they ride motorcycles. Send this video to your grandmother. It will cheer her up. I sent it to mine. Kablamo, we should be on and racing. Yo, what is up guys, DukeOfDC here. Welcome to another video. We are over here at Alamo Cycleplex, just outside of San Antonio in Texas. These guys are awesome. They will be linked in the description down below. Please hit up my man Josh if you are looking to buy any of the 3 bikes that I'm taking out for a spin today, and any number of motorcycles that they sell in-house here. Oops, sorry. Yes, sir, you've just walked through my... Maybe this is a problematic area to do this. And as always, guys, this video is brought to you by Rollick. Rollick is a company connecting consumers like you and me to a network of certified dealers like Alamo Cycleplex to provide people with the most transparent buying experience when it comes to ATV side-by-sides, RVs, and of course, motorcycles. Or is this a scooter? And without further ado, guys, today we are on the absolutely amazing 2019 Honda Super Cub C125. One thing I have to show you before we start, this is the key to the Honda Super Cub. It's a keyless entry system, and okay, tell me that's not the coolest thing that you've ever freaking seen. Now, this is unquestionably the most sold motorcycle in the world. 150 million of these have been sold in Asia over the last, several decades. This bike has been around for much longer than I have been alive and will probably outlive me. We've got the same 125cc single cylinder that is in the Grom as well as the Honda Monkey. Both of those I have taken out, and you will click to the right there if you want to see those videos. But this is the one I've been the most excited about. This is the one that speaks to me from a nostalgia point of view. It speaks to me from a styling point of view. It is just an absolutely gorgeous machine. It's a bit of a mix of a motorcycle and a scooter. It's, call it what you want. We've got anti-lock brake system. So it has been brought up to the 2019 kind of safety features here, but otherwise a very simple machine. Also, quick note, see these amazing sunglasses I'm wearing? These are Sunski Treelines. They're basically the coolest sunglasses I've ever bought and or been given to me. I'm going to link them in the description down below. So all you got to do is wireless key to start, rather. Key is in my pocket, so flip it from this off position to the on position right here. And then as any motorcycle, it's got a kill switch and then a start button. So we're on there. Come on, baby. Damn, it sounds really good. We're gonna let it heat up for just a minute here, because last thing I want to do is take out a cold Super Cub. Of course, front brake on the right here, rear brake on the right foot. You can see that I'm in neutral. It's got the ABS light. It's got a few other lights here to indicate that the key is in your pocket. High beams, turn signals, engine light. Here you've got an analog speedometer and no tachometer. So you can see right in front of me, flashing my brights there. Horn, pretty loud. Okay, so now the part that we've all been waiting for. We're in gear 1. That is the single most interesting thing. So it's a non-clutch driven motorcycle, but it has multiple gears. You do have to come off the accelerator to shift here. This is a very interesting ride. The transmission system on these bikes is unlike anything I've ever used before. It has a heel shifter, so it gives you the option here to shift it more traditionally up front. So you can see I get my toe under, come off, shift up, I'm in 4th gear. But then if I want to go down, I can either go up with that or come off, shift it down. Now, it's not the smoothest system I've ever used, but it's got to be one of the most interesting, that's for damn sure. Alright, so we're not going to do anything super crazy on the old Super Cub today, and that's because this is more or less a glorified scooter. I'll be the first one to say it. Yes, it does classify and sell as a motorcycle, but no, in no way, shape, or form is this a true motorbicycle. Oh my god, though, I think I love it. I think it's like the perfect culmination of bike and moped This is the third of the 3 125s from Honda. I have been desperate to take this motorcycle out, and it's really, really hard to find. So thank you, Alamo Cycleplex. Again, linked in the description down below if you're looking to buy one of these. Okay, so let's talk about the Honda. The Honda Super Cub 125 has a long and outstanding history. Again, like I said, it is the most sold motorcycle in the history of the world. 150 million sold. That number is only going to continue to grow, especially as the emerging American 125 market comes to play. Now, I say that because America is not really a big market for scooters. It's not really a big market for things that are sub 300 cc's, or at the very least it wasn't up until recently. Now Honda is leading this charge. Yes, there's Kawasaki with the Z125. Yes, of course, Vespa has been here in the United States for decades. But things are starting to change. You know, this isn't necessarily a scooter. It's not necessarily a motorcycle. It's a little bit of both. It gives people a beautiful option as an entry-level bike or starter kind of two-wheel experience. It would be a perfect city commuter. It comes in right around that $4,000 mark. So it's not necessarily cheap, but it's certainly not expensive. I mean, there's bikes nowadays that are costing 30 grand. Now, of course, those bikes have 200 plus horsepower and do everything under the sun, including your taxes. About to test out that ABS though. How that ABS do though? The one thing to remember on bikes like this is, like, okay, first gear, yay, but you're in first gear actively. It's like having a recluse clutch on an off-road bike and you forget you're in first and you go to rev and you get your ass handed to you and you do a little whoopsie wheelie. Power! So being a 125cc single, we do not have a ton of power here. We're looking at about 8 horsepower. That's right, 8 horsepower, not 80, 8. And about 7.1 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers will vary just a little bit depending on your, well, your bike. That's kind of the thing with motorcycles. Your experience will also vary greatly depending on how heavy you are. I weigh about 195 pounds these days. Boys and girls, Texas has made me thick, and because of that, I have a difficult time getting these bikes anywhere close to the top speed that other people have told me that they've seen. Now, something we'll avoid, that highway. This bike definitely tops out about 60 miles per hour. That's what I've experienced both on this. As you can see, I'm flat out downhill and we're pinning out about 50 here. Bet you I can get it up to 60 if I wanted to, maybe even higher if my balls were bigger, albeit the ping pongs between my legs have prevented me from taking this masterful piece of Japanese engineering onto a highway with greater speeds than this. I'll be completely honest, I don't feel uncomfortable on this. I think the most beautiful thing about the Super Cub versus the Honda Grom and the Monkey is that it does have a proper sized front tire. It is, of course, smaller than a full-size motorcycle, but bigger than a mini. And that's what I'm going to call those other bikes. They're mini motos. This is like a midi moto. Trademarked. If you ever say that, you're going to owe me a couple bucks. The other thing you will notice is that when I do shift, I come off the throttle. You still have to come off throttle when you're shifting up on this, which is a bit of a weird experience because with most systems that have no clutch, that are theoretically single drive, albeit this one has gears and just no clutch, you would be able to stay on throttle and pin up as if you were using a quick shifter. This is different. This is different. It's so funny, this person's going, you know, relatively slow, and any other motorcycle I would have passed them many moons ago, but on the old Super Cub I feel no desire to switch into a faster lane. Here's me passing. Yeah, screw you, buddy. Something I really need to talk about real quick, we have a full tank of gas. I could take this for 6 days. And that's another thing, 125 miles per gallon. You know, even if it does have a pipette of a tank, sub 2 gallons, you're talking about quite a lot of riding at a very low cost. You can fill this thing up with a gallon and a half of premium fuel and ride it into the sunset. But I can certainly tell you 100% that I would buy this Honda Super Cub in an instant. I think it would be the perfect motorcycle for what I need right now, which is I live in a city. I hardly ever use my car. I ride a boosted board everywhere. I go grocery shopping on a boosted board. That's right, kids, I'm living my dream life. And this would just accelerate that oh God, oh dear God. Okay, Okay, a little poo came out. Little poo came out. The brakes were fine. There's no reason for it. It probably doesn't even look like I was going very fast. But, you know, I'm 80% of the way to the top speed right now. I'm thrill riding. This is like NASCAR. Hell, I'm riding to Waco. Yeah, so this Super Cub would be perfect for Austin City. It would be perfect for any city. It would be easy to park. It would be cheap to insure. It has incredible gas mileage. The only qualm is that this is a single-seater. I don't see any sort of support for a pillion, not online, not in the aftermarket department, nowhere. So you are going to have to, well, either be very lonely or just be someone that doesn't ride motorcycles with somebody else. I mean, shit, I've had bikes for 5 years and I can count on one hand how many times someone's ridden on the back of mine. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Like many of bikes that I don't like, this one does not have a side stand. It only has a center stand. And that drives me absolutely freaking insane. Now, don't get me wrong, the value of a center stand is extraordinary. But the value of both is intangible. It's just a comfort thing for anyone who's ever ridden anything on two wheels. But yeah, let's do a quick walk around here, and then we'll get into some specs. You guys know I like to ride these bikes a little bit before I tell you about the glory that is the spec sheet. This one is going to take all of 3 seconds. Super cool, a lot of chrome, beautiful paint. Always, when you have this bike on the center stand, be in neutral. If you're in first gear, this wheel will spin, and if you were to rev this, well, the bike would start flying away if that center stand failed on you. You can see one side of the chrome pipe here. Sounds pretty tremendous. You got a little scuff-a-doodle-doo on the side here, but it's actually not a scuff. It's just some sort of discoloration, probably from the heat. This is chain driven. You can see the chain is encased over here, which protects it from dirt and grime, but also gives you one more step when it comes to maintenance. You would have to take this off, adjust the chain. Well, not necessarily. You can use this piece right here, but if you are cleaning your chain, rather, this would have to be removed. Or you'd have to get it from the backside. It'd be a little bit strange. I assume that this pops off so that you can do some sort of maintenance, so perhaps they've thought that through. You can see here we've got the front and rear shifter. So just to demonstrate, if I was to click either, it'll go into first. Now we're in first gear, which is dangerous, like I said, so we're shutting it off. So, as we're stopped at this stoplight, and I can safely say that the Super Cub has been a very enjoyable experience, a bike that I've been looking forward to riding because of my own personal reasons. I quite adore these old nostalgic machines. I love that Honda's producing more 125s, and I think that the US market is going to gobble them up, and really the sales numbers speak for themselves. These things are incredibly difficult to find. If you are here in San Antonio, Texas, please, again, hit up my man Josh at Alamo Cycleplex. If you're looking to buy one of these or any number of other power sport items, they are the bee's knees. Super great customer service and a great experience for me. You know, I am the first line of defense when it comes to you guys having a good time at a dealership, because I can tell you what, I've had plenty of bad times at dealerships, and Alamo Cycleplex is not one of those bad times. So hit them up. If you are not from this area, please go to GoRollick.com, first link in the description down below, and see if you can't find one in your area with a pretty cool price attached to it. As always, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like this video, dislike it, like it, I don't care. It's all engagement. What you don't know is I get paid either way. And comment down below. I read all of the comments, as you know from my last upload. I am horrifyingly, maybe sickeningly attached to this YouTube channel. It is an extension of myself, so I do take things rather seriously, so be kind, you evil bastards. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Peace!